Angry menopausal help. Anger, the voice inside my head. Frustration, make it stop. How do I make it stop? Listen to the positivity pods, they say, as if it's all going to turn things around miraculously. I listen and feel a little better, but somehow it doesn't last very long. I find myself wondering whether these people throwing out ways to cope are just doing it to get their views, or whether they actually genuinely have found their secret to mentally coping on this planet. Strange though, because there's always a financial catch to them sharing their secret. Click on this link to sign up for your magical trip to positivity. Somehow that always makes me wonder whether any of it really works. That being said, I often do feel better able to cope after sitting quietly and actually listening to some of the advice they throw out into the social media. Why, though, am I feeling this incredible amount of intense frustration? Why do I feel like I want to explode? Why is every little thing irritating me so much? At first I thought perhaps it was hormones. Menopause is not something to be ignored. In fact, it's impossible to ignore it. I struggled for 3 years without hormone replacement, thinking it would subside, but it didn't. After getting regular annoying bladder infections, I finally got advice from a doctor who suggested I try 6-month estrogen replacement because the pros outweigh the cons. If I leave it, I can suffer strokes or heart attacks and constant bladder infection because apparently our bladders require estrogen. This seems to have sorted that problem out, but the crazy, intense, murderous emotions continue to bubble to the surface every day, and I experience flashes of seeing myself screaming and wildly smashing everything in my path. Then I sigh and I take a breath and pretend I'm okay, when I'm totally not. I carry on with my day at work, my day at home, looking forward to the solitude of the night, to be able to gather my thoughts and switch off, to escape the nightmare of my wild, erratic emotions. Sleep comes quickly, but never lasts for more than 4 hours. Sometimes I wake up after 2 hours, check the time, then ignore the chattering voice in my head, close my eyes and lie there, hoping to fall asleep again. It's become a way of life. I often told myself that I would not become the angry person my mom became. In her youth, she always smiled, was super friendly, always did everything for everyone else except herself. In her menopausal years, she became very angry, frustrated, and complained a lot about every little thing. I never understood why. I thought it was just because she was getting old. Her mom complained a lot too. But now I wonder if perhaps it happens to all menopausal women. I've always told myself I will be aware of the rule, get bitter or get better. I try not to be bitter, but these crazy, angry, frustrated thoughts feel like they're circulating in my blood for no apparent reason. Yes, there are annoying people at work who always look for something negative to pin on me, no matter how hard I work or how much extra I do. But then again, those very people are also menopausal, so perhaps by trying to control others, they satiate their desires of needing to feed off other people's happiness. When I don't comply, they see a problem. We definitely have managers where I work, not leaders. People who enjoy controlling and upsetting others just because they can. If you're happy and smile a lot, they'll find something to change it, because it makes them feel better and more in control. Me, the person I became, confident, happy and ambitious. They didn't like it, so they moved me into a dark, unfriendly, cold, noisy office. They succeeded. I was flawed, got sick, negative, sad, frustrated, and very, very negative in all aspects of my life. When you're smiling and content, it probably makes them wonder what's wrong with their life. So they feel out of control, and so they will trip you up to unstabilize your life. Then they feel happy and in control again. Perhaps my answer to my frustrations is to keep smiling, no matter what, especially when they're around. This might unstabilize their feelings of control, and I can keep smiling knowing that I'm true to myself and supporting me. Who is the true me? The happy, laughing, easygoing, ever-learning, animal-loving, inquiring, truthful, loving, nurturing, exciting, active, creative, excited, ever 16-year-old inside of me. I need to find her, help her resurface, because I refuse to spend the rest of my years on this planet surrendering to the expectations of others. Just because I'm in my 50s does not mean I have to suddenly be treated as if I'm old. Sure, I'm not 20 anymore, but I feel exactly the same. I still love to watch soppy romance movies because that's where you can experience a love everyone dreams of, through the eyes of someone else. It's safe, clean, and makes you happy. Temporarily, yes, but it's all good. No harm in watching something that makes you smile. Just never compare it to the life you've lived up until now. That will most certainly wipe the smile that you just spent the last 90 minutes gaining right off your face. Life is an experience. We make it good or bad. If we hang on to all the yucky stuff, it blocks the areas for the great stuff to enter. My life can be good. There are so many people soaring above all the financial conflicts, health issues, world crisis, and negative naysayers. Why can't I do it too? I can. And I hope that by sharing my struggles, which I'm sure many of you can relate to, I hope that I can share some help too. If I can help even just one person to change the way they see their life and experience mountains of frustrations, and to help them break free of all their self-inflicted constraints, to be that happy, fun-loving person I know is inside them, then sharing my stories has not been in vain. Writing is my form of escape. Usually I just start typing and the stories unfold magically. It really feels like I tap into some sort of universal energy and that I can do with it whatever I wish. You can too. Tap into it. There are many ways. You need to have some alone time. I like to get up at 5 a.m. before anyone is up, open my curtains and sit at my computer, watching the sunrise through my windows, listening to the wild birds wake up with their chirps and whistles, and the cooing doves in the trees, flying down to have a sip of water in the bird bath. My dog's in my room with me, snug and warm under their blankets. It helps me to realize the beauty of nature and how life goes on irrespective of what is happening all over the world. If I really concentrate on listening to the sounds the birds make, it's actually really noisy. A good sound though. It never ceases to amaze me how much of this we miss because our lives are constantly in such a rush. Meditation is another way you can tap into the universal energy. There are many recordings on YouTube to help you. Just find the right one for you. Just being outside in nature, in your garden, taking your dog for a walk, or even just playing with them in the garden will help you connect as well. It's a way of grounding yourself, to sit quietly after a day of constant social intrusion and just relax with yourself. Let yourself know that you matter and that you are aware of yourself and have not forgotten who you are. I think perhaps this is what is wrong with me. The real me, deep inside my soul, feels forgotten. I'm sorry, me. I know you're there and it's time you resurfaced and had some fun. Today I'm going to do just one thing that makes me happy. With a me who feels forgotten. I used to love to bake, but haven't baked for such a long time. Today, me, we are going to bake a chocolate cake and we are going to eat a huge, deliciously decadent slice with a cup of freshly brewed coffee. It's a freezing day today, so what a wonderful way to make myself happy. Think about something that you love to do before social media got you in a rut. Do that. It will mean the world to yourself.